Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel because today we have got brand new Payday 3 news because Update 1 is out right now. Finally we can say that. It's been about a month and a half and we finally have the first patch. It's very late, I know, but we have finally got a whole heap of bug fixes. The patch is labelled as bug fixes and quality of life. Not seeing a ton in the way of quality of life here, so don't get yourself excited over that. But there's some general changes, some balance changes, some technical changes, as well as some overall fixes and a couple of known issues. So we're going to basically glide through and talk about the most important things here, but I will leave all the tabs up on screen. I'll also timestamp them so you can see general, technical, all that stuff, so you can look and see which bits you want to read through. Because if I sit here and read out 170-ish bullet points or whatever this is, we'll be here all day. That's not entertaining to anyone. Real quick before this video starts, I'm just sliding this in here because if you want to watch me play this update live and answer all of your questions, I will be live not just on Twitch tonight, but on YouTube. Twitch have lifted multi-streaming rules, which means now I can stream on both platforms at the same time, and that means I'll be firing up a stream within the next 2 hours or so. I'm going to try for 6 PM UK time, that's GMT. If I need to push it to 7 PM, I will do so, but I will be trying to do a live stream in the next couple of hours to talk you all through this and play it live. So whether you prefer watching on YouTube or Twitch, I'll now be able to account for both. And I'll hopefully do streams for other games as well, so keep an eye out for that. Videos will always be Payday unless it's an actor interview, but streams, maybe I'll mix it up on YouTube as well. Who knows? We'll see. But either way, let's roll the video. In the general section, there are a lot of fixes for crashes, achievement issues, things like that not popping up, but the things I want to point out. First off, they've added the pre-order and edition-specific items for PS5 players. Collector's Edition, Silver, Gold, pre-order, those should be unlockable now on PS5. I haven't hopped on to check the PS5 version myself yet, but if anyone in the comment section can let me know if it's working for you well, because some people on Twitter said it was, some said it wasn't, so I want to double check and make sure that if there is anything you need to do, I put it in the pinned comments for you so you can check it if you're having any issues. But it seems like you should finally get your stuff. There's also a few other bits here with changes to certain game features, but the next big one is updating the aim assist for PS5. So now on PS5, aim assist should work. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But also, it's worth pointing out a couple of things at the bottom. First off, they have finally closed the weapon experience exploit in 99 boxes. So you can no longer glitch 99 boxes to give you max weapon levels by fiddling around with the heist. I don't really know what you had to do. I never really properly looked it up because I didn't care. Didn't want to ruin the game for myself even more than my mood had ruined it from the lack of updates. So I don't know what you had to do, but whatever it is, it's been patched. Took a while, but we got there. Fantastic. However, one problem I do have is this one here. They claim that an issue with the social list not filling up has been fixed. However, folks, as you can see here, this is my Payday 3 on Xbox, and I still have 0 Payday friends. Still reckons I have none. I have accepted a whole bunch of friend requests, but I am pressing A, and it's not expanding or de-expanding, whatever the opposite is, contracting the menu. So that has not been fixed, according to this. So that isn't quite true, at least not on my end, so that needs more addressing. So Starbreeze, please look into it, because it's one of the big problems I have with Payday 3 right now. But those are the general changes. You can look beyond that, as I've said, fixes such as overkill weapons not falling through vehicles, and on top of that, you can also now hopefully mark enemies through windows with a bit more accuracy. I was getting a few problems with that, so that's been fixed. Balance is an interesting one that I want to focus on as well, though, because they've said for this patch you wanted to primarily address minor fixes. We're aware that Last Man Standing and Armor Up, so Last Man Standing, the kind of swan song variant in Payday 3, and Armor Up, the skill where you get 2 armor plates for picking up 1, performing a bit too well, so you plan to give them a few tweaks that keep them effective, but require a bit more setup compared to the benefits they offer. This will be in the next big patch. Outside of these 2 skills, we don't expect any big nerfs coming to skills in the next patch, but given players are still getting used to the game, we'll be keeping a close eye on the meta. We are also aware that armor is considered the most desirable resource compared to ammo and health. We're happy with how armor itself works, but we want to put in a few more ways for players to restore it in the game, and we also think health is underperforming right now, but addressing that will be a gradual change over the first year of updates rather than one sweeping update. So this is sharing some of the stuff they said during their daily Twitch streams a few weeks ago. They want to make sure armor is easier to get without relying on the armor up skill, and also make health a bit better performing. All of which sounds good. I'll be intrigued to see how they execute that over the next patch, and as they've said, going forward throughout the first year of content. Some changes to skills though. The manipulator basic skill will no longer cause an interaction interference when players do multiple interactions in a row, so that's good. And a couple of changes to the battering ram skill. You can no longer use them to open the blue keycard door and rock the cradle, or the front door and touch the sky. They've also upgraded some weapon things, adding an ability for knives to be thrown through broken shield visors, so that's quality of life, so that's pretty good. Fixed an issue where throwing knives couldn't be picked up when they equipped the primary or secondary weapon, when they equipped primary or secondary weapon have full ammo. interesting bug, but it's been fixed. Just the vertical grip spawn point on the weapon PC9, magazine release lever on the SA, and an issue with the weapon recoil in the lower FPS. Dozers will now get closer before engaging heists with their shotgun, updated the enemy flashbangs to apply flashbang effect more consistently, and players can no longer open doors leading to enemy spawn locations. Okay, so there are a few quality of life changes. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see there's a few interesting things in here. Technical, though, there is a heap of UI fixes and changes. Now, am I going to sit here and read through all of these? Absolutely not. It will take 50 years. You can have a gloss over them. I'm going to have a very quick read over them, see if there's anything interesting. But the one thing that I was made aware of by Starbreeze to the partners is that this right here is the most welcome change in the UI as far as I know, which is a UI update for favor, reward, and results screen. What that means is you will finally see when you finish a Payday 3 heist what favor you unlock for a different heist. If you weren't up to date, basically you can unlock heist-specific favors for different heists. I don't remember if they said there was a certain amount for every single heist or what the odds are of getting one, but from what I'm aware, there is a chance, a very high chance, that when you finish a heist, you'll be given a heist-specific favour to use on a heist that's different to the one you just played. So, for example, you finish Golden Shark, and you might get a favour for Road Rage. You'll get it for anything but Golden Shark, basically. So now, when you finish the heist, it will actually tell you what favour you got and for what heist, provided you got one. So it'll be intriguing to see that in execution. I'm very excited to see that. Some fixed translation issues, overlapping text, all sorts of things like that. Added icons for when buffs are blocked due to certain skills. Intriguing. Drop down for offline friends and social screens should now be displayed correctly. I mean, that does work, but I can't see my online friends. Fixes for cameras and all sorts of things like that. Player stats are now shown in the results screen when failing a heist. So that's intriguing. I think that's a good idea. On top of that, there's a few other things in here, and I think I did see something earlier that suggested that when you are in a lobby, you'll see the correct levels for players now, because I noticed that that was a problem when you were joining. Yeah, there it is. Player names, infamy levels not loading correctly and displaying wrong information. So when people were joining lobbies, it was saying they were level 40,000 or minus 3,000. So that should be fixed as well. Adjustments made to fonts in the settings menu, a few other things like that. Resized the loadout selection bar, and also fixed the issue on Xbox causing friends not to appear properly. Really? Are you sure about that, Starbreeze? Maybe I've got a bugged version of the game or something. Maybe it's like the early version of Crime Boss where you couldn't matchmake with other people so easy, but something's not right on my end. So either that fix is not quite as accurate as they're expecting, or I'm cursed. One or the other. If anyone else is on Xbox and can't see your Payday friends, let me know in the description or the comments, sorry, because I'm wondering now. I can't lie to you. Audio fixes, there's a whole heap of things that have been changed. Cinematic audio volume is now affected by master volume, so that's good. Do we have a note somewhere that sound plays for PS5 cutscenes now? I don't see that. Shade voiceover will no longer play when players return to the main menu after cancelling matchmaking, so we won't hear Let's Get back in the saddle quite as much. So there's something there. Wolf will now whisper instead of scream for medic bags during stealth gameplay. I'm sure the Wolf players will be quite upset about that. But more door sounds, more sound effects. An issue, a human shield takedown sound effect would not stop if you reload your gun while choking someone out. There's a few issues here that have been fixed over, but I'm not seeing anything about PS5 cutscenes. So again, let me know in the comment section below, is that working? I will do a pinned comment to add any extra information if necessary for this video. Visuals, also some fixes here. So in-game heist info screen now scales properly across aspect ratios, things like that. There's a whole load of things that have been changed. Subtitle fixes for story videos, that's good. They were horrifically out of sync on Xbox, so I'm glad to see that those are hopefully working much better. Fixed deployables floating in the air, issues deployables floating on doors, things like that. So basically making things look better, which is very good. Fixed multiple minor graphical issues on the front part of the bank and no rest of the wicked, that's good. No rest for the wicked, not of the wicked. Added a fix of switching between sprinting and placing tools wouldn't cause issues. There's a whole other heap of things here. But also fixed an issue on lower graphical settings, those of you on lower graphical PCs, causing the door of the escape helicopter to appear broken. Cool to see that be fixed as well. Finally, the last big section is the heist changes. Have I got everything on the screen there? Yes, I have. Favors and difficulty are no longer visible in tutorials when holding tab. Intriguing. Oh, I suppose you don't need them in tutorials, so yeah, that makes sense. Deployables no longer disappear when thrown through vents. There's loads of different things here. I wonder if they have fixed the 99 boxes security room. Aha, there it is. I did a fix for the security door that was openable without a blue keycard on 99 boxes. Ironically, I have no idea where that keycard is, so now I'll have to actually find it because I've been opening the door while it's been letting me the whole time. Do you blame me? I don't blame myself. There's a whole heap of other things here that you can look through. Some really, really interesting fixes that have been dotted throughout here, and I'm very, very glad to see that we've got a whole heap of things because I was worried with it being the first half split of the patch that we weren't going to see a lot of fixes because it was a small break-off patch, so I'm glad that that's not the case. Finally, it's important to note the known issues for this update. So the challenges being stuck at 1 out of 1, which is an issue I've got, can now be unlocked by completing the challenge again, or by completing the highest difficulty challenge in the sequence. So perhaps if you have a certain complete a heist on this many times on a difficulty challenge, and you've already passed through it and not gotten the award, unlocking the highest one, so completing a heist 100 times, will unlock the 10 times one. So basically, one way or another, it will unlock for you now if it's not instant, so that's good. Also, the Weapon Charms and Death Wish reward from the Payday 2 to Payday 3 cross-promotion campaign, most of us know it as Infamous Rewards, have not been properly granted, and they hope to have this issue fully resolved by the next patch. So people who can't see their Infamous Rewards, that's not been fixed this time around, but it hopefully will be fixed by the next one. I know for a fact I have got the Death Wish skull, I think, as a charm, and I've only beaten up to Mayhem, so the unlocks were not properly correctly allocated, but hopefully they'll all be addressed very soon. But there you go. That is everything you need to know about Payday 3's brand new update. So some very exciting stuff there. I will be live in just a couple of hours to talk you through this update live on YouTube and Twitch for the very first time. So please make sure you hang out on whatever platform suits you best. And I'll see you all for that very soon. And then hopefully we'll have some more news soon that I can do some videos on. So I'll wrap this video up here. I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon. Enjoy Payday 3's first update.